landscape. So let us start off with that. So I would just briefly put it. So normally this is how we do it for all our professional presentations. So it's always better, like you know what is being presented. So these are the various topics what we would like to like start off with. So basically what you mean broadly categorizing interior landscape is like the use and integration of materials and elements to create a very peaceful atmosphere, and which will also enhance the functional aspects and aesthetical aspects for a harmonious living. So in a layman's language, how do you like define landscape? So these are the basically two components. One is the hardscape, which basically goes into all the construction aspects of the landscape. Softscape is all got to do with your greenery, water, soil, everything else. And in hardscape, I'll quickly run it through. I don't want to bore you guys. So normally, like these are the various aspects of the landscape in the hardscape, like where you talk about your pathways, floorings, planter walls, waterfalls, and boulders and sculptures and all these things. Same time in softscape, we are basically talking about your plantation, green walls, and water. So most of these examples are from our project, some are from others. So, and why do you basically like need landscape within the part of your interiors? And do all the projects basically have the scope to integrate landscape into the interior design? So it all depends upon the design, and what we are basically understanding is in the last 1.5 decades of our practice, we have understood that slowly more and more architects, interior designers are like basically integrating the greenery aspect into their design, wherein it basically bridges the gap between the exteriors and the interiors. And where you lack the open space externally, you try to create that internally. So if you see countries like Singapore and Japan, where they have shortage of space externally, they try to integrate it by integrating the vertical green walls and all within the part of their living spaces. So this is all a very, very broad description of what it's about. Next, these are some of the projects what we would like to showcase today. So this is one of the offices what we have done during the pandemic time in the year 2020, when the pandemic started in the year March 2020. Same time this project also started, the execution part started exactly in the month of April. So most of the site visits, other things were all done virtually. So that was the first experience for us, wherein we are trying to do everything virtually through video calls, through your Google Meets and all that. Before that, we're all very accustomed to going to site whenever the client calls us. So this was the first experience. So when we were designing this, the basic brief the client said was, it's so stifling to sit inside the house for 2-3 weeks, because in March everybody knew that we were not going out anywhere. So they said, we want to change the entire design of the office, and we want to make it in such a way that we don't miss being outside. So the next brief was, can you and the architect basically like work something out wherein we don't like feel that we are indoors. We want the entire office to look as if we are basically working outdoors. So if you see one of the cabins there, they said, we don't want to spend much money on the false ceilings and other things. We would as well spend that much money in getting a nice lush greenery within the campus. So this was basically a site of 1 acre, and the entire office was done with some cubicles for the management, then a large halls for workstations and all. So this is a PEB structure. PEB is like pre-engineered building. So the whole office was executed in a span of 7 months from start to finish. And from wherever you're working, basically your greenery becomes like the backdrop for the whole thing. You see the basic color scheme was white and gray for the interiors, and the only other color they wanted was green. So with just 3 colors we finished the project, white, green and gray. So you see like these are the internal courtyards, like this is what you see through that. So these courtyards are hardly 10 feet wide, but when you see most of these through the cabins, they look as if, because of the tall windows and all that, you feel that the greenery is part of the indoors. The same thing even for the lobbies. If you see what this is, like this is more like an example of a hardscape with only one single plant, kind of a sculptural staircase with a little hardscape like gravel and pebbles. And what you call as a borrowed view. So the greenery from outside basically becomes like the backdrop for this space. And most of you, I think, would have seen this many number of times being published everywhere, and also in a lot of other, forums and like for discussions and all. So this is like actually a store for very one good friend of ours. So when they were actually like doing up this store to display different kinds of stones and all for the building material industry, so they said that we want this store not to be like a store, but we wanted the whole thing to look like a resort. So, ironically, they called me for the site visit asking, this neem tree is coming right in the center of the building. Can you suggest us a location so that we can transplant it? So we said, why you want to transplant it? Why can't it be a part of the interiors? They said, no, if you have already seen, we have already done the roof, rafters, everything. If you remove this tree and keep it outside, we'll complete our roof so that we can start off the interiors and other things simultaneously. So then they started the discussion. So what is the reason you don't want the tree inside? I said, how will the tree survive inside? I said, if it's left open to sky, it will survive. But it will also bring rain. So let it bring rain, we'll collect the rainwater. So we collected the rainwater. Then we have an overflow system for that. And whatever the gravel you see here beneath, that is basically to capture the spill off of the rainwater whenever the splash is there. So it started off with that. Again, from inside, whenever someone is sitting inside and watching, it's basically a blend of both hardscape and softscape. You see both of them equally. Then this is another office we have done in Keraheja Mindspace. It's again a corporate office for an MNC company. So when we were doing this office, suddenly the one on the right hand side, what you see is basically a private cafe, basically being operated by Starbucks. I think this is only one of the places where Starbucks is operating a cafe for a private client, not for public use. So this is for inside a part of an office. They have their own private Starbucks. And this part of the boardroom and all, the client wanted a kind of a dense tropical forest. So if you see this whole thing, we actually got it done in one single night. Because they had one very important client coming in to sign some deal. So the client wanted this whole greenery, basically the landscape, to be completed indoors, where there is no, open ventilation and all. It's basically air-conditioned space. So we took it as a challenge and we executed it. This is about 2.5 years back. The image what you see is just last week. So still the landscape is thriving, lush. Then this we had a very good opportunity to work with Praveen sir from True Designs. He has given us this opportunity to collaborate on this project. So this is for a residence in a place called Kovur in Andhra Pradesh near Rajahmundry. So Praveen sir's design was like he made a nice central courtyard like an atrium. You had a very nice natural light, skylight on the top. And the basic courtyard was also done in such a way that there are no level differences. So the floor of the landscape basically merges with the floor of the building seamlessly. And basically the natural light coming in from the top is a very, very conducive for the growth of the trees and all. So this is one of those examples. Presently, this is an ongoing project of one of ours here in road number 10, Banjara Hills only. So this is for one client who is basically a chartered accountant, but they're also into construction and other businesses. So this is called as AN Global. The client, first when he came to us, he said, we want this whole office, this is on top of a terrace on a 8th floor. So he said like, we want the whole office to look as if we are sitting inside a forest. And basically these are some of our Lumion renders, what we have shown here. And it's getting executed like this. They said like if you want to do this, then we need a lot of natural light and also we need some natural ventilation also. That means movement of air. So he said what needs to be done. So the first thing what they did was, I think, you get a light on this pointer? So first ceiling height what we did was 14 feet tall. Then there was a 6 feet clear story and there's another roof coming on the top. So this has been done as per, we have done a basic sun path study on SketchUp. So using that, we basically mapped out from where we actually get the sunlight. For some of these trees to survive and to get that natural feel, we wanted at least 8 hours of sunlight to fall on the tree. So normally what happens is most of the time, if the light only comes from one side, you see most of the times in indoors, the tree is basically lush on one side, other side it looks dried up. So we wanted that moving sun to basically, like, there is a kind of a very elliptical skylight on the top. We basically let the greenery come through, and you're seeing these fixtures. These are also basically done, studied at the vendor's place for almost like 8 months, and we're in complete darkness, only with 2300 Kelvin temperature. We have made these plants survive without anything. Then we basically transferred them to another area wherein there's little bit more light, and finally into this kind of a space. And only after successfully testing and seeing that these will survive. Otherwise, it's very easy to show them in 3Ds, and basically, ultimately, if they don't grow, you also have to show a sorry face to the client. So within the walking corridors, everywhere. So these are all potted plants only. There's nothing like built in there. So everything is flexible. So showing these things, like finally it's now done. Then these are some of the prominent examples of larger spaces where landscape has become a very, very important component. So if you see like two projects, one is our Bangalore Airport Terminal 2, second is the Changi Airport, Singapore. That's also Terminal 2. So if you see these things in the Bangalore Airport, all these things what you're seeing, the testing started at site 3 years before the inauguration. So we were part of that committee because Andrew Grant and Associates from Singapore, they were the landscape architects for this. There were two resident landscape architects, one from Delhi, one from Bombay. Then the client, the Bangalore International Airport, they appointed as one of the technical advisory committee members. So especially to test all these greenery and other things. So what all these things you're seeing, they were tested in the year 2020 during the COVID time only. From then onwards, till the airport got inaugurated in 2023, on site in all the dust, everywhere they were surviving. So all these things, if you see, I'm sure like most of you would have seen Terminal 2 of the Bangalore International Airport. And so this has actually given a new dimension to how the airports can be in the future. And these are again real examples. It looks like a render, but they're real examples. This is from the Singapore airport, from the Changi airport, from Terminal 2. So biophils and Patrick Blanche. Patrick Blanche is the, what you say, the father of vertical green walls. He's from Paris. So he's the one who invented the system of vertical green walls. So they have successfully implemented this. I think most of us would see this when we are going to Japan very soon. So here if you see, a digital medium was used, then water is used, vertical greenery is used, and also color plays a major part of these things. So these are like some of the examples of that. Then after doing all these things, the end of the day, this is very, very, very critical, sustainability. You do whatever you do, but end of the day, if it's not sustainable, every day before waking, at the time of waking up and before going to sleep, every client of yours will curse you. You're not able to make them survive. So that is very, very critical. These are the common questions we get. Indoor plants require regular watering, leading to water wastage, and it's very difficult to maintain. How can we do it and all? Of course, there are irrigation systems. All of them come at a cost. So it's the end of the day, it's about what you are spending at the initial time. That's what you call as a capital investment versus recurring maintenance expenditure. So recurring expenditure, if it's too high, every day they'll curse you. Secondly, smart irrigation systems means what happens is when the plants are like surviving on the outdoors, what you do is normally you keep a irrigation system either with a manual operation or you keep a solenoid valve wherein at a regular time every day it basically switches on and switches off. But in a smart irrigation system what happens is we keep moisture sensors within the plants so that only when the moisture level drops then only the irrigation system switches on. So there is no question of over irrigation and under irrigation. So it basically happens properly. And it has become a fashion to use a lot of these imported plants, these Chinese plants and Thailand plants and all these plants. Depending upon the design, if it suits, definitely you can use it. But just because someone else is using it, you don't have to use it. At the end of the day, native plants are the best solution for all these things. And again, LEDs after they have come in, it has basically changed the entire world of lighting. Of course, there are other super specializations in lighting also, like you do with fiber optics and other things. But LEDs have basically got the lighting to, to be used by every common man equally. And this is a very important factor when we do campuses. So when we do campuses, basically we are indoors. So VOC component is like volatile organic compounds are released by the plants. So we should know what plants will actually generate more oxygen and what will absorb more carbon dioxide. So a lot of studies are done. So with this, I would like to conclude and basically at the end of the day, integrating all your landscape elements significantly will enhance the functional aspects, aesthetical aspects, and also the emotional well-being. So this is very, very important. You have money, you spend. So you have the whatever the means you spend and to make the place look good. But after having spent so much, if people who are staying there are not happy, you will not have repeat clients. The basic thing is why you get repeat clients is with whatever work you do, if your clients are happy, they keep coming back to you again and again. So with that, I would like to conclude. Thank you very much.
At this point, thank you so much, Architect Naveen, for having given this kind of insight. And I'm sure all the architecture students must be thinking that there is much more to architecture, not limited only to making buildings. We'll just take 5 questions here. Whoever has a question, please raise your hand. We'll come to you. Any question that you have in mind, because you'll not get to meet Naveen sir over and over again. So, nobody has any doubt or anything they would want to ask? Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hi, good.
Sir, I want to know if a student like me want to become a landscape architect in future. What are the qualities should be we learn or we have to take care of?
So I would believe in this very much that we should always follow our dreams and passion. So you should also know that whether you have the aptitude to basically like continue and have a career in that. Basic question is how will I know that?
Yes.
So your quick response to whenever you see something nice outdoors or whenever you see something green, something which is more natural, whether an environment or whatever, how do you respond to that? And there is no like what do you say a line or anything to separate it. If you have that passion, you can definitely follow it.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I had a question regarding one of your projects. I think it was the IRA one. So you had a pergola above the, I think it was a waiting lounge or something. There was a seating area beneath it. So during the rainy season, how do you deal with the water entering? Because it will spoil the furniture and everything.
See, outdoor furniture is basically water repellent. So water repellent is different from it will not this thing. Only thing is it will not absorb water. So whenever it rains, normally they remove the whatever cushions or they have some cover for the furniture. But as such for the rain, we have disposal systems for stormwater management and all. We have a floor drains and other things to remove the water.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Hello, sir. Sir, I just want to know that you have an option for this VOC. We all know what VOC is and how harmful it is for the environment and well-being. So, as you said, ki indoor plants, when we are keeping it, we have to know the oxygen level, how good it is sourcing the oxygen. So, how we can know which plants are providing better oxygen as per the health criteria?
That's what I'm saying. Everything, all information is available.
That's what,
regarding
like,
the
what are the
plants and all.
sources, basically? From where we will get those sources?
See, one is there's a US government website basically for National Institute of Nutrition and all. I mean, topic is National Institute of Nutrition, but they basically talk about all these aspects, like what is the kind of air quality you should have inside,
Yeah.
what are the kind of air changes you should have inside, what plants actually like produce more oxygen and all that. Apart from that, so that is one of the authentic sources. Apart from that, there are a lot of other research papers and all which are available when you actually try to search online.
Yeah, currently I'm pursuing my PhD in the design, and my topic is about all this thing. So I'm just inquiring about
Sure,
it.
we'll share all the information
Yeah,
with you also.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Thank you very much, Naveen Garu, for
Thank you.
your green, beautiful presentation. My last question about the Bangalore airport, the hanging one. How the water source and the drainage system was maintained over there, and it's very.
Yeah, so if you don't mind, I'll just, एक बार, can you just, अभी जो दिखाया ना एक बार, just. So in that, what we did was, if you had that cone shape, the shape was also designed for its aerodynamic shape. So what happens is, when we have the water basically coming in from the top, basically dripping down, at the bottom we had a semicircular gutter which is concealed here. So what happens is, we had compressed air, basically like sucking in the excess water which comes here. Again, it takes it back to the reservoir. So everything is concealed behind this green wall. So what was the size of that? This bell, I think from here to here, this is about 18 feet. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Naveen sir. Our second speaker for the evening is architect Shamila Miran. Shamila Miran is the co-founder and partner at F plus S Designs along with architect Faisal Vora. The firm was founded in the year 2016 and is based in Banjara Hills, working on various projects across India. Their forte is in creating highly bespoke luxury designs that blend global minimalistic aesthetics with the Indian context. F plus S Designs practices across a wide range of typologies, including residential, retail, F&B, institutional, and corporate spaces. The firm is known for its chic, uncluttered, and airy designs with a special focus on interactive landscaping in all their projects. The firm's work has won many awards, namely IIID Awards, Trend Awards, FOAID Gold, along with a host of others. Their works have been published in various publications such as AD, LA, Trends, Buildify in India, Dubai, and Russia. Shamila has grown up in Bangalore and graduated from BMS School of Architecture in the year 2010. She has worked with architect Anshul Choda in Bangalore before moving to Hyderabad. Here she heads the design team in her firm. Her passion for design extends far beyond architecture. She has been drawn towards arts towards childhood, since childhood, particularly ceramic art, glass blowing, canvas painting, and sketching. She is also an accomplished painter, often making commissioned art for her own clients. She draws inspiration from designers like Kelly Wurstler, whose bold yet elegant style aligns with her own. Shamila is mother to 2 young boys, and she balances her time with her firm and her family. In today's session, Shamila will share her journey highlighting the significance of resilience, perseverance in the field of architecture. She'll also offer guidance on creating designs that are timeless, elegant, and uniquely personal. Put your hands together to welcome our second speaker for the evening, architect Shamila Miran.
Hi, everyone. It feels like yesterday that I was one among all of you, sitting amongst the audience and looking up at an architect on the stage, all starry-eyed. It feels surreal to be on the other side, and I really have to thank IIID for inviting me over. So I'm going to have a very casual talk with all of you guys, so listen up. Many people may have told you that these are some of the best days of your life, college days. I should actually agree, because post this, for the next 15 years, you're going to be bombarded with a lot of responsibilities. It's not like you're going to stop having fun, but there are going to be a lot of things going on in your life apart from what you're doing in your career. So, you'll probably find a partner, you'll get married, you'll have kids, you'll have aging parents. So during all of this, you should be doing something that you are passionate about, something that you really enjoy. So it's time for you to, I heard that you all are fourth and fifth year students. So it's time for you to ask some frank questions, whether you want to pursue this career in architecture. Because I'm not saying that you should stop studying or anything. What I'm saying is finish your course well, give it your best shot, finish it with flying colors. But do you have to continue to practice architecture? In this day and age, it's not entirely necessary because there are so many allied fields with architecture that you can pursue. There are so many tangential careers that you can take post this, and you can use this course to kickstart the rest of your career. So I'm going to stop talking about it, and I'm going to show you some stellar examples. These are my very own friends who have completed architecture really well, and they have moved on to do great things. So you can see this. This is Sachit Paulos. He actually studied architecture with me at BMS College of Engineering. He's my junior actually by a year, and it was around the time that he was deciding to do his post-graduation in filmmaking. I asked him, don't you want to give architecture a chance? And he said, no, I have other plans. So he was crystal clear in his mind about what he wanted to do. He's a cinematographer now. He finished his post-graduation in filmmaking. He finished cinematography, and then he's moved on. He's in Bollywood now. He did movies like Pathan, and he's Shah Rukh Khan's favorite, guys. You should watch the movie again just to see his work. It's amazing. By the way, I have all of their details at the bottom in case you want to take pictures or look it up. Next, this is Ishita Sitwala. She's a photographer, one of the best in the country when it comes to architectural and interior design photography. So hers is a unique story because she finished architecture, went to Cornell University to do her master's in theory of architecture. And that's when one of her professors said, let's go on a field trip and take some pictures. And the professor happened to be a photographer. So, Ishita's pictures were so good that it was apparently blown up and put all across Cornell University. And it was then that she realized that she had an eye for photography. So post that, it was only after she married Ravi Mistry, he's a videographer, that she was encouraged into architectural and interior design photography. She's one of the best in the country today. It's difficult to catch hold of her. Her books are filled for the next 6 months. This is Shruti Rastogi. She is a production designer. She's amazing at what she does. Also, she finished architecture in BMS College of Engineering. She has worked on multiple movies, and she's whatever ads that you see of IKEA and all of these things, she's the one who has styled it. So all of these things, she's come to Ramoji Film City, made sets, and taken pictures. Had them take pictures of it. So there's something very nice about what she has said. The moment she gets a script, she can imagine the space, the walls, the lighting, and the textures that need to come. And she says that it's a skill that she learned on her drawing board in architecture school. This is Ujjwala Koganti. She's from Hyderabad, from IIID, architecture school. And she's a ceramic artist today. She gave architecture a chance. She worked for 10 years, she was in the architecture field. She was practicing for some time, and then she decided that her calling was in pottery. So she went to China, studied the course, and came here, and she has her own studio where she teaches and also sells her ceramic art. This is Shrikant Varma. I don't know if you must have heard of him already, because he has a very beautiful furniture workshop right here in Hyderabad. You guys should visit if you can, because it's amazing. He has beautifully soft-edged furniture. It's sold all around the world, and he also completed architecture. This is Priyanka Narula. She also has completed architecture. I don't know if you must have heard of her. She's a wicker wizard, if I can say so. She makes installations and furniture pieces out of wicker. She's really famous at what she does, guys. You should look it up. She has also won a Lexus Award and the Red Dot Award for some of her works. And her place is called The Wicker Story. So what I'm trying to say is choose your path wisely, because there are so many things that you can choose from in today's day and age. Don't get into something just because your father is telling you to, or your friends are doing it. It might be tempting, but at the end of the day, you should be passionate about what you're doing. When you go back to your table every day, you should see things that inspire you and that make you want to spend another day at your office. So do something that you're passionate about. So this is us, guys. I just want to see how much time I've taken so far. Okay. Faisal and I, we started our firm in 2016. So we wait, let me start from the beginning. Okay, I'm going to start my story right from the start. So I finished my architecture at BMS College about 15 years ago. That's why it's fresh on my mind, and I can tell you what's going to happen in the next 15 for you. So I completed architecture and decided to work with architect Anshul Choda. I chose architect Anshul Choda because his style of design was something that appealed to me. So that's what. Don't just, I've seen many of you do this, that you just blanket mail about 30 architects and see which one clicks. Where's the self-respect in that, guys? Choose wisely, do some research, see whose work appeals to you the most, whose kind of work you would like to do later on, and then decide who you want to work with. So I chose to work with architect Anshul Choda because he had a very, how do I put it, a very simple sort of design language. There was a lot of minimalism in it. What do you say, there's a very Zen-like appeal to his works, a wabi-sabi style. And he integrated a lot of landscaping into his projects. So, till today, I follow all of these things. So, right from the start, from year one of the 15 years, whatever you choose, it has to be focused towards where you're going to end up at. right? So post that, our circumstances brought us to Hyderabad, Faisal and I. We came here and we were doing our respective jobs for the next 2 years as well. And it was a well-wisher who wanted us to design his office. This was a 16,000 SFT office. It was a huge project for us to say no to. So even though we had our own jobs, we had to take up this project, and we started our company based, with this one project. So my company, guys, it was my dining table, basically, and one laptop and a printer. That's all I had. And in the beginning, there was only some free time in the night because we were still at our jobs. We used to work in the night, go to sites in the middle of the night, and the beginning years are quite difficult, but they're well worth it. Shortly after that, I had to, let go of my job and concentrate on this, and it took us some time to complete this project, but it turned out really well. And at the opening, there was somebody who saw it, and they said, we have this little garage space in Bangalore. Would you be able to make a cafe out of it? We said, why not? So we took that opportunity as well. It was literally like a 13 feet wide garage, just adjoining another restaurant, that we converted into a cafe. So we made use of the volume that we had. We knew that we didn't have enough space. So we thought, why not use the height? And we went about 18 feet tall. And we used the entire volume of space and created something really beautiful. It was in the heart of the city, and it did really well. And the clients were so happy that they gave us the same restaurant to do, the cafe to do in Hyderabad as well. So we designed another same cafe in Hyderabad. So we had 3 projects in total by now, and it was 1 year since the time we started. So post this came the IIID Awards for the South Zone. And there was this category called Young Interior Designer of the Year. So that one, so it was for architects who are below the age of 30, and you should have at least 3 projects to apply for this. And we had just the 3. We had the 2 cafes and the 1 office that we had made, and we submitted it and said, let's see what happens. About 1 day, like a day and a half before the award ceremony, I get a call, and they said, we haven't been able to get in touch with you, Ms. Shamila, you have to come for the awards. So we went to Coimbatore, and we actually won. And it was an amazing feeling. There was no turning back after this. It's been tough. It's not all like a bed of roses. It's been a tough journey since then. We had to endure 2 lockdowns, and in the early years it can be tough on your company. But the thing about owning your own company is that you have to stand up, dust your knees, dust your shoulders, and keep moving, because nobody else is going to do it for you. So we've done that, and it's been 8 years right now, and we have a good body of work. I'd like to show you some of them. I'm not here to talk about my projects, guys. I just came to guide you all because that's what we were told to do. So anyway, so this is some of our works. So in architecture, for us, it's important to, we do luxury boutique spaces, and we love to integrate landscape into the design, like I told you. This is a very famous one. It's called Petcart Nest. It's a resort for pets in Bangalore. This is an entirely sustainable project that we did with bamboo. It looks really different now. The landscape has entirely covered the built environment, and you can't really see the building, which is what we were aiming at, because this is in the green belt in Sarjapur in Bangalore. So we're a multidisciplinary firm. We've done restaurants. These are some of our upcoming projects. There are villas and a lot of fun stuff that we're doing. And like I told you, we like to create a moment. We like to, although we like to, stun when it comes to certain spaces, we like to keep it very relaxing and calming in your living space. So since then, these are all of the other awards that we have won. That last one is the one I was telling you about, the IIID Young Interior of the Year thing. And until now, 2024, these are all the other awards that we have won. And these are the publications that we have been in. So I'm not done yet, guys. Thank you for the thank you for the claps, though. So to summarize your journey, I just wanted to summarize for all of you, because it wasn't about my works. Stay focused. Like I told you, every moment from now on matters for the next 15 years. Every single step that you take should be towards what you want to achieve, and make decisions that are wise. I have heard many students today saying, I want to work for a year or two, and then I want to go abroad. Why do you want to go abroad? Because I just want to be away from my parents for some time. That's ridiculous. Is that going to help your career? That's what you should be thinking of. Get your experience, it's important. Choose the architect that you want to work with wisely, like I already told you. Get enough experience until you are courageous enough to be on your own. And have a yes, I can do it sort of an attitude. The thing, I don't know if this is like a Hyderabadi thing, but people feel very okay to say, nahi ho raha hai. It's not happening. I keep hearing it and I just can't take it. So have, I can do it sort of an attitude, because that's going to take you far. Even if when you're working, if you say, and you may not know certain things, but if you're willing to learn it, then that's when you grow. And skill up, put your skills together, because very soon you're going to be a one-man show probably. With your first project, you'll probably have to do all of it on your own. You may have to do the drawings, go to the site, even if, you have to learn at site with the contractors, with the team at site and everything. So skill up, go to site whenever you can. Be good at your drawings, be good at your renders, everything. And because even later on, when you have your own employees, it'll be great that you know all of these things and to teach them. Go out in the market, see what material is available for you. Go and visit vendors. Not just to see not just to see the materials, but also to network, because if you are going to be practicing in Hyderabad, you better know all the vendors that are there. And like I said, network, make friends, be social. You cannot expect to sit in your room and then expect the whole world to know you. Nobody's going to get a dream that you have an architectural office. So go out there, be a people's person. And generally be honest and trustworthy, because it's going to go a long way. So all the best, guys. And I'd like to start the journey for you by saying, on your marks, get set, and go.
Thank you so much, Shamila. I think as academicians, we understand anything we say, students saying that we are just telling just like that. But I'm sure when it is coming from Shamila ma'am, it has a different meaning altogether. And when ma'am says that at the first year itself, after passing, you people should know where you want to work, it should start right from the practical training. So right from the time when you're doing your practical training, I'm sure this is what ma'am meant, that please choose your firm wisely, the kind of practice you want to do. And very rightly, as the allied fields ma'am has been talking about, after finishing 5 years, you feel that, I don't want to become an architect or an interior designer. And that is when all these allied fields come into picture. So there is nothing wrong if you're doing all these allied fields. And I'm sure there's a lot of insight ma'am has tried giving. And with this, I would like to just know from you people, if anybody has a question, please raise your hand. We'll reach out to you. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. That was a wonderful talk.
Thank you so much.
I'm Rishi. I'm currently interning with Manoj Vahi, sir.
Oh, that's great.
So I've heard people speak a lot about an architect's eye. So how is it different? So what are the qualities that we learn, and how can it be implemented in other professions as well? So the main soft skills which we can acquire.
I don't know how to answer that. I haven't had another eye. So, but of course, there's this attention to detail that we have, I think, that really stands apart from everybody else's. We have a certain way of looking at things. Like, for example, if things aren't aligned or straight or symmetric, and we can tell. And sometimes we wonder how others aren't seeing it. So, and apart from that, just to have a natural inclination towards anything that is beautiful. We get so much inspiration from nature. So, so all of these things count, I feel. And allied fields in the sense of, like I was showing you, when it comes to architectural photography and whether it comes to being a stylist, I see them myself and I'm at awe at times, because you don't see the space like the way they have when it comes to photography. I have worked with Ishita myself, and she has a different sort of a perspective compared to mine, and I feel like everybody's eye is different when it comes to architects.
Okay, so it's not the same qualities; it's the different qualities that helps them explore different fields.
Exactly. Yes.
Thank you.
Please raise your hand. We'll reach out to you. Anybody? Yeah, you're so quiet. You have nothing to ask. Anything that you people would want to know and ask? No? They're too quiet. I don't know how.
I have a suggestion that you should take up teaching. I think you will be very good with.
Oh my goodness!
our
I was a nervous wreck on stage, I felt. Thank you, but okay. Thank you so much, guys. It was a pleasure.
You.
Thank you.
With this, we come to the last, but not the least, speaker, architect Amit Shah. And to give his introduction, may I now request architect Mr. Ramesh Patel, IID HRC member, to please come forward and give his introduction.
Good evening, all. After the wonderful two sessions, Mr. Architect Naveen sir and Shamila ma'am, now we have the another dynamic speaker here, Mr. Amit Shah, co-founder of F Squared Architectural and Interior Design Studio, along with interior designing Ashmi Shah, brings over 2 decades of expertise in architectural and interior design with a portfolio of over 500 projects. Their works blends aesthetic innovation and practical functionality, delivering award-winning design across residential, commercial, and retail spaces. They are known for creativity, innovation, and use of sustainable practices, utilizing the R3 approach, that's reduce, reuse, recycle, implementing inclusive and accessible spaces in their designs. Their focus on client satisfaction, honesty, and integrity. which have earned them long-lasting relationships with clients built on trust and mutual respect. Outside the professional achievements, Amit's adventurous spirit led him by successfully complete to trek to Mount Everest Base Camp in 2019, an exercise that fuels his passion for design and exploration. He also enjoys photography, travel, and follows a plant-based lifestyle, constantly driving inspiration from his journeys and personal experiences. Let's all welcome Mr. Amit Shah.
Good evening, all of you. I'm architect Amit. I came here with my wife Hashmi. I'll just take you through our journey, and I actually thank IIID for giving me this opportunity to, and this is the maybe first time I'm actually stepping into any institute after I left my college. The only time I went to my college was to take my memorandum. After that, I'm too scared to, enter into the gate also. So I'll take it in a bit casual way. I'll just show you how the journey of FCOD happened, how we started, how I started basically. So initially we used to work with the name Amit and Ashmi Architects and Interior Designers, which is now called FCOD Architecture and Interior Design Studio, which is by Amit and Ashmi. So this journey started in around 1994-96, where I was in 8th and 10th standard, and my inclination towards the construction site increased, and that's when I thought that I want to be a civil engineer. But then when I started to research and apply for the institutes, I realized my inclination not towards structure and construction, but towards the architecture, the form, the shape, the design senses of that. And then that's when I applied for architecture. In 1998, I joined CSIIT, which was the first management seat I got, which I lost just by 1 point, the free seat, and then I got a management seat. So this is when I joined CSIIT, and I don't know if there are any CSIITians here. Yeah. Does the college look similar? I mean, same? No, different? Okay. Because I've not been to CSIIT after that. So there was a tragedy in my house. I lost my father in 2000 when I was in third year. And that's when my family asked me, do you want to still continue studying? So I said, no, I want to continue studying. And my father was a doctor. So basically, I didn't have any business background like my uncles and all. So my father was the only one who was into a service field, which was a doctor. Then in 2001, that is immediately in 3 or 4 months, I thought I should prove myself to my family, and I joined Usha Reddy Architects as an intern. Basically, I used to go to college in the morning half, and in the later half, I used to work with architect Usha Reddy, and she was a very good lady. I mean, she was like almost 55 or 60 years at that time, and she's still continuing at her 80s right now. I learned a lot from them. And in 2003, I went to Mumbai to do my internship. Usha Reddy was kind enough to let me go to explore myself. And I worked with Kutub Mandviwala Associates in Mumbai. And that was a 6 months internship. And that's when I got a call from Ashmi's house. Okay, you have got a proposal, a marriage proposal. And like I was not at all prepared for it. I was actually getting ready for my office. I was actually brushing. And I didn't know, should I spit or should I gulp it? So that's when, Nahi, I was like tense. I mean, how can I get, still I'm studying. I didn't finish my architecture also. And how can I get a proposal like this? And I was shocked. I didn't know what to say. So 1 week I didn't respond. After a week, they called me again. Are you okay? I said, I don't know. You people decide. I'm still young. I don't want to get married. So they said, okay, then we will decide. We are getting you married. So then that's what, and I think it was a blessing for me to get married to Ashmi because she was also in the same field. She was interior designer, more experienced than me. She was like 2 years senior to me. And this is what I always tell to my office staff also, get married early. Now they don't want to get married. So in 2004, after we got married, she started working with Supraja Rao to gain experience in Hyderabad in the field of interior designing. And I mean, she was experienced. She just wanted to have a rapport with vendors and also. She started working with Supraja Rao. At that time, Supraja Rao and Aparna ma'am were together. They were partners. So she joined there, and after 6 months, I was still continued with Usha Reddy. And then after 6 months, she said, why don't you come? Now we need more money. I mean, we need to earn more because we have to sustain our family. We were the only working members in the family. So then we had to get more money. So we started working with Supraja Rao, where I got a salary of 8,000, where I used to get salary of 5,000 with Usha Reddy. So for those 3,000, I actually shifted, and it was good because I got to learn a lot. And then when Supraja ma'am and Aparna ma'am, they parted ways, I went along with Aparna ma'am and continued with her for about 2 years. Meanwhile, she worked with Supraja ma'am for about one and a half years, and then she said, we got a lot of inquiries from our families and friends. So we started doing part-time jobs. After the office hours, we used to go maybe 2 o'clock or maybe 12 o'clock at night. We used to go to site visits. After finishing our office hours, we used to go home. We used to work on the drawings, designs. We used to go to sites. And at that time, there was not much internet available. So we used to refer books. We used to take out scans, printouts of all the references, take it to the clients and show them like how this will look like. At that time, there was no 3D. We used to do all hand-drawn drawings on AutoCAD. And then once we started, and meanwhile, when we started, we wanted to start our own office. My father had a clinic. On that, there was a loft. So I just casually asked my uncle, can we use that space to just open our office where we want to have a focused mind to work? But we got a rejection from there. So then we started, when we thought, no going back, we want to make our office. We will make it, and then we made our office in our home, where we made a small partition that was about 70 SFT only, where we started our practice. And in 2007, with our daughter, we won the first award, Young Designers category. And in 2000, again, the journey of awards and recognition started for us. 2008, we won an award. 2010, we shifted our house because now that house was feeling was small. Then from there, we made a room for our office. That was a home office of 200 SFT. In 2012, we again won an award. In 2013, we won an award. 2014 and 2015 is when we shifted from home office to another office, which was in the same building. And then we continued working from there. And in 2016, we got a hat trick. We got 3 awards together. In 2017, again, there was a bit of downfall for us. I lost my brother. And we also lost, in the same time, we also lost a couple of projects because I was not mentally, not available for the clients. So then those projects we lost. In 2018, we decided that we have to do something about our firm. So then we renamed our firm as F-Quad Studio. We used to travel to Mumbai to gain some expertise in this. In the morning, 2 o'clock, we used to get up, take a flight to Mumbai, 4 o'clock. We went to Mumbai. The classes used to start at about 7 o'clock in the morning. In the night, we used to stay back. Second day, again, we have to travel back to Hyderabad. So this we did for about 4 weeks, 4 weekends, going to Bombay, coming back, doing this brainstorming on how to make the new studio, how to form the values and expertise in this. And that's when we also got our first award for the installation category for IIID stall. So now coming to F-Quad Studio, we actually, after doing that class, we found out we had 4 core values, which were functional designs, futuristic approach, friendly attitude, and flexibility. So this is what are our 4 core values. So whatever design we do has to be functional. Aesthetic part, anyways we are there for it, we will do it. But the spaces, if it is not functional, then it is of no use. Futuristic approach is not designing a futuristic house where we have a lot of technology and all, but futuristic is about understanding the family, understanding their needs, understanding the future requirements. Suppose if the couple is expecting, then we have to make that space which is inclusive and accessible to the child. Then friendly attitude. Business is one time, but if you are not building a rapport with your client, then the project will not continue. So that's why we have to have a friendly attitude with our clients. And coming to flexibility in design is we get a lot of different varieties of clients. Few want classical house, few want traditional, few want modern, few want contemporary, few people want a very, very colorful house. So we have to design for them. So understanding those requirements, we have to cater to their needs. So this is what is flexibility in design is for. So then the journey of awards and recognitions followed. I would like to now take you through a few of our projects. This is Javer, which we did right across in road number 10 itself. So this was a store which we did during COVID times. So just before the lockdown was announced, 2 days before, I was in Jaipur looking out for stuff for Javer. And once I came back, then we got the news, it's lockdown, so God saved me. So these were the things which we picked up. I mean, we didn't know what to do. The client wanted an approach where it is, where we use a mix of old wood, new wood. He wanted something like a Rajasthani Haveli kind of jewelry showroom. So we thought, why not go to Rajasthan itself, explore the designs, what they have. So we went to Jaipur. We found out all the sources from where we should get these antiques from. So we went to all those places. We picked up a lot of stuff. At that time, we were not sure how the plan would be. So we just picked up some random things and then decided where to put what. So that was the first level, the ground level, and that's was the second floor, to 2 floors jewelry showroom. So all these jarokas and windows and beams and arches we took from there, and then the concept was designed. So this is how we designed all our 2D concepts with colors and everything in place, where the pillars will come, where those arches will come, where the beams will come. So this is how we designed the space. And then coming to, this is the 2D concept we did, and then that's the 3D render, and that's how it was executed. And then the working drawings for the same. So these are the, again, I mean, that's the 2D, 3D concept on the topmost picture, and this is the actual image. And the drawings for the same. So again, 3D versus the actuality. 3D here versus, and the interesting part about this beam was, this is hand painted, and maybe, I don't know, maybe 100 or 200 years old beam, so which we had to retain its quality. So that was a hand painted beam which we got, and we wanted to actually put it that way only. So then we installed it above the counter. So that's how it is looking. So this is that hand painted beam. It's not visible though, but yeah. This is the other level. That's the 3D concept, 2D drawing for the same, and the 3D, the actual photo. On the ceiling, we put wallpaper. We actually thought of having a hand painting done, but the client had no budget. So after spending so much. Yeah. And after that, we did 3 more jewelry showrooms. Yeah. So this is how it is looking. And these are actually 2 elements. The arches there we got from Jaipur, and the pillars we got from Ahmedabad. So both of them we combined and then amalgamated them like that. So a lot of brainstorming went like how to attach those beams and columns, because columns were only 5 feet or 6 feet high, but the beams were this high. So we had to make a wooden border, make it look like it was seamless. This is another house we did in Madhapur, which was pre-COVID and post-COVID, it was still continuing. So this is the entry veranda for that. These are the 2 levels, ground and first. There's an apartment, basically a bungalow where 2 brothers stay. So this is the 3D concept, and this was maybe a 4th option what we gave them, and then that's the actual, which again changed. So what I'm saying is we cannot restrict ourselves to what we have designed. Designs will eventually evolve. Maybe during working stage also it might evolve. So you have to be open to that. You have to be flexible to that. Clients' requirements keep changing. Now this project moved on about for 3 years. Initially, client had some thought process. Then in between, during COVID, they thought we should do this and that. And then after COVID, the mind process changed. They wanted something else. So we had to include all those requirements, all those parameters in the design, and then design their house again. So when you see, this was the initial render we gave them, which was a modern house. Then they realized they didn't want modern. They wanted something which is blend of modern and traditional both. So then we redesigned the entire space using upholstery, using the furniture, using the curtain, artifacts. So this is how it is now looking. So first it was like Srinathji's modern art. Then came the traditional Pichwai. So this is how the space is looking. That's the partition made of wicker plus glass plus metal. So this was the only original partition where they wanted TV on the dining partition. Then later on they said no TV. Let's see the greenery outside. So then we gave this. Initially, clients were not that okay by using green. They said, I don't want to use green, that is too overwhelming. But later on, they fell in love with the green, the way we used it. So this is the colorful house where we celebrated all the colors. So this is the living space where it's for private talks. This is how it was designed earlier. This is the puja room. This is the staircase. The staircase remained same detailing, modern detailing, but what thing changed was the backdrop of the staircase. Earlier it was modern with lighting, with stone, which is different angles, and then the next we changed it to traditional and classical pattern. This is the media room, and that's how it is transformed. You can see the staircase wall. Rest all remained same, just apart from, I mean, those two chairs went, the console went, and then we got that day bed. This is how the concept of the double height wall we did. So we worked with a graphical designer to get this kind of design done. That's the library unit, which is again modern. So in this house you see there's all different kind of setup. Some are modern, some are contemporary, some are classical elements. This is their media room, which is a collapsible. So this is in between library and media room. We made this partition. This is the kitchen. Kitchen had turned out modern, so we thought of adding two traditional turned legs. This is the master bedroom, which was originally designed, versus this, which is now present. This is again a modern style. So each room is differently designed, which is not our usual workflow. But then client wanted it that way, so then we made him happy. Now in this there is a door which is camouflaged. There was a door on the bed backdrop which we never show. So then this is how we camouflaged it, and that's the door. Again the parents' room, the top ones are the renders versus what is reality. These are the kids' room. Again, lot of renders, thought process, so many designs changed, and then this is how we ended up. And the drawings what we did for the same. This is kids' room. He wanted a lot of space for his toys. He must be having almost 300 toys. So then he wanted to display all of them. So then we gave him a lot of space to display. Now coming to Insider X IIID Pavilion, which we did. The concept IIID approached us to design. So we thought we'll do something different, which is again recyclable. The material which we use should not go waste. We should either use those chattais we are still using. The cardboards again went for recycling. The iron again got for recycling. So this pavilion was made with cardboards. The table, chairs were made with paper rolls. Instead of plywood, we used cardboard. We got customized cardboards, which is 18 mm, 20 mm thick, and used it. And these are all carton boxes. So 4 elements we use, that is corrugated paper, sheets, MS, jute fabric, and chattai. So this is the backdrop and the chair. The chair was designed keeping IIID in mind. So the back of the chair is 3 eyes, and the shape of chair is D. So that is IIID. So this is how the evolution of stall happened. It was all like we had to, we just got 2 days, and the 3rd day we had to deliver. So 2 days we started, where in 12 o'clock in the afternoon we are nowhere. 2 o'clock we started getting material. 6 o'clock we erected the structure, which is like almost 4 meter height by 3 meter by 12 meter in length. Meanwhile, we started making those chairs with, and the structure was getting ready. We made the structure, draped the structure with chatai and jute and all. Then the third day, early morning, maybe at around 3 o'clock, this was the scene. At 4:25, that was the scene, 6:54. And at 6 o'clock, we finally finished. And not 6, maybe 7 or 8 we finished. Because we got artists to do all the caricatures of the past presidents. Then I was standing on the stool writing all the names of presidents. And this is how it turned out, the IIID pavilion. And everything was made with corrugated boards. These IIID pavilion letters we made with 3 inches thick customized corrugated sheet, and then laser cut them. So at the end, I would like to say architecture is as much about persistence as it is about creativity. You will face challenges, but each one will make you a better designer. Keep pushing your boundaries, stay curious, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Thank you for having me, and I wish you all the best.
A beautiful presentation by Amit. And it is surprising that 2003 he passed out from CSIIT and I joined CSIIT in 2003. And that's how maybe I do not know him. But we have a lot of CSITians and I'm sure they're very proud to have a speaker and there's so much to take away from you. Especially the way you've actually put up your slides where we see the drawings and then we see the final execution. It is very easy for students to just say, okay, it will look like this, without doing any detailing. But imagine a person who is really, really doing well, a person who is an architect by profession, yet the kind of detailing they do. So there's so much to learn from you, and thank you so much for this amazing presentation. Any questions? Please raise your hand. Any questions?
Hello, sir. I'm Srinivas, architect. So I just wanted to have a just a discussion, but not exactly that. Today there's more trend on the students actually resorting to a lot of contracting kind of thing. But all the 3 works that I've seen here, they're more on the design front. And your project particularly, as you showed me that 3D and the kind of reality that happens, I see that there is a lot of designing as you walk through the project, right? So even I am somebody from the same school of thought. So how do we actually tell the students how the contracting kind of thing doesn't fit in this kind of designing process? And how do we actually give the quotations kind of thing for these kind of works which are marvelous at the end of the project, not at the beginning of the 3D stage?
So, I mean, we have been taking design consultancy only, and of late, just 2-3 projects we have finished with turnkey contracting. But we make sure our designs are in place before giving the, before taking up the contract. So basically, if our designs are ready, then we can actually quote them according to the designs what we have made. Than quoting them earlier, and then we face a problem, Carry, this is not fitting, and then I have a budget constraint, I cannot explore more design options, I cannot do any innovation in designing. So that's not done. So first you do designing, you take your fees for design consultancy. After that, if client is okay, then approach them for the contract. And if and also see the client whom you are actually giving service to. If the client is good, then you take the contract. Otherwise, you are going to lose all your money. So that's what I think. And was the question answered well? Okay, I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I mean, when we are designing, at that time itself, we will come to know if the client is flexible, is he friendly with us or no. And then when he tells us to do a contract, then we say yes or no. Because that design process about 4 months, 5 months, and then we come to know, okay, yeah, fine, I can take up this as a contract. And actually, in the contracting, what we have done is for the old clients for whom we have already designed. So now we know, okay, they are good enough.
Yeah, thank you, Amit, for your colorful and wonderful, interesting presentation. And from your presentation, I would like to tell students, if you love design, nothing can stop you. So there is so much creativeness, and the detailing has shown by Amit. And coming to the IID pavilion design, so generally we always hear that you should think out of the box. But if you see that pavilion design, by using the boxes, design was something out of the box. And thank you very much for that creation.
Actually, I took that literally to design out of the box. So I made
Wonderful. Thank you.
So now that we are done with all the three speakers, and I'm sure you people had a lot of enlightenment, and you got to know a lot about not only their projects, but the way as students you people should be dealing with your design journey. That is what is very, very important. At this point, we would like to felicitate our speakers. To start with, we would like to felicitate Architect Naveen Panuganti. May I request you to please come forward, and to felicitate him, I would like to request Architect Pallavi Anchuri, IID Chairperson, and past Chairperson, Architect Manoj Bahi, to please come forward. Our next speaker, I would like to felicitate as Architect Shamila Meeran. May I now request Architect Pallavi Anchuri, IID Chairperson, and Chairperson-elect, IID Architect Praveen Kumar None, to please come forward. May I now request Architect Amit Shah with Interior Designer Ashmi Shah to please come forward, and to felicitate again Architect Pallavi Anchuri, our Honorary Secretary Treasurer, Architect Rakesh Vasu, and IID member, Managing Committee member, Architect Mr. Ramesh Patel, to please come forward. May I now request Architect Pallavi Anchuri to please come forward. We will quickly give away the certificates. It will just take few minutes, but since we have already received the certificates, we'll just call out the college name. If we have a faculty here to represent the college, we request the faculty to please come forward and collect the certificates. To start with, Lakhotia College. We have received all the 50 certificates. Head of the department, Architect Syed Tausif Hussaini, please come forward. We are giving away all the certificates to the faculty. Please collect it from there. So this is how you're going to receive your certificate, and it is coming from the head office. And I'm repeating it again, it is meant only for 1 year. After that, you have to renew your membership. Those who are leaving right now, I request you people to please collect the IID magazine. There is the old editions which are kept outside, but obviously it is interesting because you'll find the works of famous interior designers there. In addition to that, please collect your snack box, also the refreshment which is just kept outside. Please collect the same. So, and for all the faculty also, while leaving, please collect. There are 3 different books on, again, IID IID magazines. So please collect the same. Next we have TTWRFAA, Sarsala. Please come forward. So we have Architect Tapanvita here. So again, from Sarsala, they have come with a group of students. We have again all the certificates. Please cross-check the certificates, and if there is any doubt, get it clarified. Next is JNIS. I request the faculty to please come forward. You also please join in. So we have Saujanya and we have Nandita also. JNIS, can we have the certificates, please? Next we have JNFAU. Is there anybody represent from JNFAU? JNFAU, is there anybody here? Also, I would like to tell, if in case there is nobody representing the college, please collect the same from the IID office, which is there in Lumbini Jewel Mall. We'll be posting it in the WhatsApp group also. JBR. We have architect Pushpak, who is representing the college. Thank you so much. Thank you. So from CSIIT, I think I'll represent. So
I thank the efforts taken by our MC member, architect Sushmita Subuddhi, and she was also my teacher, HOD, during masters, and she is doing a wonderful job to connect all the institutes, faculty, students, and all the efforts we can see. So thank you very much.
honored. Thank you. Thank you. Next is Geetam. Can I request architect Abhishek to please come forward? So thank you so much for making it. So. Name. If I have missed out on any other college, please let me know, and or please raise your hand. We will, because there are other colleges for sure, but their certificates are with us. But since they are not here, we have not called out the names. Now next, the charcoal work, which you people had done, and we are really proud of the kind of work you people did. Though the original work we could not give you people, but they are actually displayed in our office. We'll quickly call out the names again. If the students are there or if the faculty is there, we will just show you the work also which they have done for all the speakers also to see the kind of work these people did in a matter of just 3 days. I just request Architect Rakesh, Architect Praveen, Architect Manojji, Mr. Ramesh Patel to please come forward. We'll hand over the charcoal works. As we said, the prints were taken care of by Architect Manveer Singh, and he said that it's better that they get it framed according to their choice of backdrop. For the Wayfarer, the goat which was done, the JNFAU, again, I don't think they are here right now, but we will still show you the work that they did. So that's the work. This was a charcoal work which was done in a matter of 3 days. So you can see the kind of work they have produced. So students, a group of 8 to 10 students did this kind of work which was put on display. Yeah, they are not here. The next one is the Sudan, the rhinoceros. Again, there were 3 colleges which worked on it: Bonfire Institute of Design, CSIIT, and JBR Architecture College. So I request the CSIIT and JBR faculty to come forward. JBR, Mr. Pushpak. So this again is another group work which was done. As we said, the original work is there with us. Pushpak, please come forward. So 1-1 copy, we are giving it away to 1-1 college so that you people can put it on display. Yeah, you just frame it and then put it in your college. So CSIT copy I'll take, but otherwise that was for JBR. The next one is The Unseen World, the lady, which was again done by CSIT, Hamsteak and Ashoka School of Planning and Architecture. Is there anybody from Ashoka who is here? Please come. So this is the work which was again done by a group of students from different college. So Ashoka College, the Hamsteak and CSIT is with us, so they can collect it from the office. CSIT I'll take. Okay. And again, last but not the least, the elephant, which was the Savannah silhouette. Again, a beautiful work which was done by JNFAU, TTWRFAA, and JBR. So that was the kind of work the students had done. And we are really proud of the work that you people did. We obviously could not give you the original copy. Anytime you would want to see, you can come to our office and you can see it. Okay, but otherwise, college-wise, every college is actually receiving it. So I'll take it. JBR, has it taken? Pushpak ji? Yeah, you did not. The elephant. And JNIS. JNIS, please come forward. So does it by any chance look like a work or a sketch which is done by students? Literally looks like a photograph which is taken. So that was the kind of work our students did in the workshop. Thank you so much. So, where is my flow of event? Oh. Thank you everybody for all the patience, and thank you everybody. I request you to please kindly be seated. So I would request all the people, all the faculty or all the students, whoever has collected these posters, please give it in your college so that they can put it on display, and it will be a work, memento which IID has given to your college. So that remains with you forever. At this point, so to propose a vote of thanks, and before I do that, the college itself wanted to felicitate the speakers here along with IID chairperson, and may I now request HOD. So special thanks to HOD architect Syed Tausif Hussaini, because it was a call which was made to him and immediately from here he took it forward. So special thanks to him. Can I request our Chairman Lakhotia College of Design, Mr. Mohammad Azhar Muzahid, to please come forward, because he just wanted to felicitate the speakers here and just couldn't get better. Acha, so I'm only calling out the names. So here it is, IID chairperson, they wanted to felicitate. So Architect Pallavi Anchuri, please come forward. And thank you so much. Now this is for the speakers for the evening. Architect Naveen Panagunti, request you to please come forward. Yeah. So it's a very sweet acknowledgement by Lakhotia College of Design. Next is architect Shamila Miran. Thank you so much. And architect Ashmisha. Amit Shah, I'm sorry. And interior designer Rashmi Shah, please come forward. So learn the mantra, get married at an early age. It works. Thank you so much. It means a lot to all of us. So a big thank you from IID HRC to each one of you to have made it. I know it was a last minute change of venue, change of place. It makes a lot of difference, and yet you people made it. It really means a lot to us. Special thanks to IID Chairperson, Architect Pallavi Anjari, Chairperson-elect, Architect Praveen Nune, past Chairperson, Architect Manoj Bhaiji, he was constantly busy, Honorary Treasurer, Architect Rakesh Vasu, all the three speakers with Ashmi Shah. It was an absolute honor to have you all here. All the students from all the colleges, faculty who took all the pain. This time, special thanks to Tapanvita and Abhishek, Geetam College of Architecture, and Sarsala people. They actually took the pain of coming from that far. It really means a lot to us. JNIS faculty also, who I can see, and JBR faculty, Architect Pushpak. We also had Ashoka School of Planning and Architecture, and obviously I'm also here. Special thanks to Gautam also from CSIT who was here. So thank you to each one of you. What's her name? And Lakhotia College of Design Management, I request you people to please come forward. All of you, please, the entire team, we request you all to please come forward, because it was a very sweet gesture from your side, and we really are thankful for the same. Thank you so much. Can we ask the entire team to come join? Acha, uske baad. Can I request all the speakers to please kindly come on the stage, and all the IID Managing Committee members also to please come forward. And we request all the students to just stay back for 2 minutes. We'll have a group photograph, and then you all can make a move. Now, all of you, please stay back here. Can we request all the students to please come forward? Everybody, please. We'll just do some arrangement. All of you, please come forward. We'll have a group photograph before you make a move. All the faculty, we request you to please collect the refreshment along with the magazines. And all the students also to please collect the refreshment and the magazines before you make a move. Chairman Lakhotia